Hello, everybody. I am Demonic, and welcome back to another episode of my building series. And today we are going to be making, right next to our last build, which was a house on top of this nice little hill here, we will be making a nice little path surrounded by like fields and stuff. And then you can copy this into your own worlds. I'm sorry if it's not like super specific or whatever, but it's going to be as close as I can get. I might provide a world download, but I'm not entirely sure. So if there is a world download, that's good. If there's not, sorry about that. I might do one in the future. Now then, starting off, I have this here, which I set to a sill, so I can do this. And we're just going to kind of paint out the area that we're going to be making this path. And then if you're in survival, you can do this by just kind of placing randomly in a pattern or going into creative world with world ed and doing it, and then like using Schematica or something similar like Lightmatica, whatever, to make it. So let's grab that. There we go. And now let's build up a block, and now just grab this, finish this up real quick. There we go. So now what we're going to do is grab some blocks. So I am going to use wool for this, like I said last time. This time we're going to grab some different colored wool. So we're going to grab some red wool, and we are going to grab some yellow wool. So what we're going to do is kind of make a way that our path is going to go. So then we know what type of shape this path is going to be. So we're going to go this way, a little bit of turns, and then we're going to end up here. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to mark off what sections we're going to do with stuff on the sides. So on the side of my paths, I usually like to make little fields of maybe like flowers. If not flowers, then we could do like a wheat field, we could do a carrot field, we can do whatever we want. So in this situation, I think we're going to do 2 flower fields. Usually I go with the 2 fall flowers. That's what we're going to do today. Ta-da. And then we'll just copy this kind of shape on the other side over here. So there we go. We have 2 sections marked off for both our path in the middle, and we got sections marked off for this as well. Now then, I'm going to mark off some places for custom trees, building. For this one, we're going to go with some custom trees. So maybe we'll put one over here. Maybe another one over here. And remember, you can place these custom trees however you want. You can make them whatever you want. I think I'm going to make some nice tall willows though. So that way their leaves are going to be spread out all across this path. So when you walk through, you can see leaves all up here. It's just going to look so lovely. So now what we are going to do is grab our yellow wool. We're going to make out structures or little differences to make this sort of a wall type thing with this yellow wool. It's marking out the borders between the path here and the little fields. So let's just get to that and finish doing that real quick. Now then, when you are making the walls, remember that it's not just going to be going in, and looking this good, from the outside only. Remember, you gotta put little indents and things on the inside here too, So that way it doesn't just look like it's one-sided spikes, and more like it was once something bigger that's been slightly eroded down, or it's man-made from the past. It can be many things. It can be put into your imagination. You can use basically anything for these borders, but today I'm going to be using a mix of stone and andesite, and then maybe some moss and mossy cobblestone too, but we will see. So then I'm just going to decorate this side just like this one, and then I'm going to come back to you and we're going to do some world edit magic. Alright, let me just turn on shaders real quick, and now we can have a look here. So let me see this. So we can do a command with world edit called replace near. Let's set it to 40, and we are going to replace yellow wool with stone and andesite. So now we got this nice grayscale, kind of old looking separation barrier type thing to separate our path and our trees from the flower fields, and we're going to get to those next. Now then, how we are going to be dealing with this flower field is, I learned this from Flip, so we place a water bucket. Let's get all of this area hoed down. Now, you don't need to do this, but I will be doing it, as it is just one of the things that I like to do. So I learned this from Flip. You can place flowers and saplings and all that on top of farmland, and it won't change the farmland back into dirt. So let's just quickly 2, 3, 4 hoe all of this land. One, two, yeah. To proportion, so that way all of it will be made into soil. So get all of these areas. This area is unfortunately not covered. 2, 3, 4. Get all of the area here. And then another little trick. Just place water there. Might peek through a little tiny bit, but should be all okay overall. Just like that. So now, just to be safe, put another one there. So now we just kind of wait for this, and then also repeat it on that side. I forgot to do this area down here. By the way, you can also get some spruce trapdoors or slabs and just kind of cover it up, either like that or like that. Spruce trapdoors though. Oh, drop that to cover up the water. There we are. Now then, let's just wait for this to all get nice and wet, and for this to get all made into farmland. So let's just do that real quick. Now then, we have both of these done. So now all we need to do is grab either our lilacs or our peonies, and then we just fill up this area. I'm going to do this one with lilacs, and then the other one we can do peonies. Now remember, these flowers are very easy to get in survival. As soon as you have one, you can just bone meal it, and then you can get infinitely more. So as long as you have a good source of bone meal and one of these flowers, you should be fine. So then I'm just gonna fill this place all up with flowers, and I'll be right back. So now that we have both of our flower fields in place with our peonies and lilacs, which do move thanks to the BSL shaders, love them. anyone's thinking of using BSL, go for it. It is amazing as long as your computer can handle it. So now what we are going to do is we're going to make the path. And there are usually two types of paths I go with. There's the rough path, which we're going to be doing with this. And then there's also like a city street path that usually has like stone and stone variants, like deep slate, black stone, stuff like that. You can switch this path into those blocks. You can switch it to any blocks, really. I'm just going to be using the rough design. You can look like horses have been through here, something like that. So yeah, let's get into it. So then, first what we're going to do is try and break out an area that doesn't cover this entire place, because it's not everyone, because people aren't going to be using the entirety of this path. They're probably just going to stick to the middle or stick to the sides, etc. So what we're doing is we're going to break out a path, or a hole, kind of river-like, in the river-like fashion. Have that just lead out here, and then we just fill in that path with coarse dirt. And then if you want to, you can also sprinkle in some rooted dirt. I do that sometimes, but I'm not going to do it here because rooted dirt is it's a tad hard to find in survival. So we're just going to use our coarse dirt, which in survival is made with dirt and gravel, so it's really easy to make as long as you have like access to the nether or access to a gravel mountain and a plains biome. You should be good. So there we have it, our basic path, but we are definitely not done yet. We still got a bit more shaping work to do. Also, if you're wondering how I'm doing this, I am pressing the right click button and the left click button at the exact same time. Therefore, I'm breaking the block and replacing it at the same time. So we do that, and now what we're going to do is grab some spruce slabs. We're going to come here, maybe add a bit more coarse dirt, so that way we can slowly transition up instead of just a straight boop, like a straight boop boop. Transition, and now let's get started with the rest of the path and decorations. So to start off, we're going to grab some bone meal this area a little bit, so we have some of the low grass, but not too much, but just enough of the low grass. Is that there? Now a reminder, you can expand this for however you want that way. You can do these flower fields, you cannot do the flower fields, it does not matter. So normally there would be something over here and something over there, but you know, we are just not really caring about that. In a future video I can connect all of these things up together, but for now we don't really care about that. So there, that's a pretty good mixture of grass. Might add some down here. Just like that. So now let's get to work on the trees. Now, usually what I do with trees is I just look at the logs, or rather, the wood. So, it's basically a log, but with 4 stripped edges, or with 4 edges. So like jungle logs would just be the 4 edges over here. Top and bottom would be a different texture, but with this, both the top and bottom are the same. But the sides and the top and bottom are the same texture. So makes it a lot easier. Let's see. I think we're gonna go with some stripped birch, along with birch slabs. Let's make it a little easier. And then azalea leaves, so that we can also sprinkle in a bit of the flowering azalea. So let's just get. So then, what we are going to do is grab or replace these here, and we're going to make these trees just like this. So then it basically covers, or uncovers, this path, or it will, rather, with its leaves. So we're going to make it a little bendy. So we're going to put some slabs there. And then we're going to grab leaves here. And in a normal tree, you would just like extend these out and build up. But with a willow, you kind of want to bring down these leaves. Fashion, kind of like vines, in a sense. I'm pretty sure it's called a willow. I'm not sure. I've been building these. I've been drawing these trees. I've been painting these trees, and I don't even know exactly what they're called. I love them though. I've been calling them willows. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're willows. we can call them the demonic willow. So bring these leaves down. If we need to, we can also cut back on leaves. Like if there are too many leaves in certain spots, we can break it up a bit. But usually these trees are very like compact, close together. The leaves of these trees, rather. So then let's just do this. We can add it on top. Go with that, and then we can add more side stuff. But then, so you walk under, turn on F1, cinematic camera, gives an elegant kind of feel. So we're just going to repeat this type of thing, this type of tree, the demonic willow, you could call it, with these two trees here. Then maybe we can add some more decoration into it, like some little wagons, etc. So let's go and do that now. Alright, so let's turn on shaders, and let's see. Yes, we are looking very nice. Ooh, I like this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is add a few little carts in here. Just like this. It's more or less a wheelbarrow, but you know, we can add a few of these around. Just like that. And if we want to, we can get some more spruce. Maybe trapdoor. And we can make a little bench, and then maybe another one over here, so that way you can sit here with a friend. It's very nice. And then let's just do a quick walkthrough, not only with shaders but also with cinematic camera. And look at that. So pretty. It's so great. And then if you look at it from above, still looks amazing. We got the flower fields sitting there. We got the demonic willows. Got the wheelbarrows. We got the little things. We got the path itself. And this is all just looking great. Now, just before I'm going to end this off, because yes, this is the end. This is how I build paths in Minecraft. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody for all of the support on the last video I made. And it's just given me a real confidence boost. I'm thanking everyone who watched that video. It means so much to me. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.